Up, it's NFL night, and I gotta go tell week 6, and it's frustrating. But let me go ahead and get it out the way. Tennessee beat Buffalo, and I'm very disappointed with the Bills. Derrick Henry ran all over them. The Bills had no front rush, no pass rush. Josh Allen was pedestrian. Sometimes he looked all right, sometimes he looked lost. There was a couple passes he shouldn't have thrown, a couple attempts. I just wish there was a little bit more tighter play calling. Bottom line, as much as I love the Bills, they gotta learn how to run, and they gotta stop the run. It's like open up the window. If you paying the bill, you letting air go in and you letting other air go out, and you just wasting money. So Tennessee was fired up in game. Mike Vrabel had Ryan Tannehill. There was a couple of suspect calls, but they flat out punched in the mouth. But got to finish these games. These kind of games you got to win. The physicality, you got to do it. Got to do it. Elsewhere, Green Bay beat Chicago, and Aaron Rodgers told Chicago, "I own you," and pretty much he does. I mean, they are a quiet 5-1. After the first week, just relax. You look like Aaron Rodgers. Tampa Bay beat Philly last Thursday. That's not saying much though. I think the Buccaneers kind of took the foot off the gas. They were spanking them, and then they just kind of let up. Made a little bit closer. Jalen Hurt got a little something, but they missing a whole lot. Philly stinks, and aside from Dallas, NFC East is a joke. And speaking of Dallas, they beat New England, but that game was a lot closer than it should have been. Mac Jones was up there, hit a couple of haymakers, but that game, couple possessions in the red zone. In spite of Mike McCarthy, Dallas is doing good. They're 5-1, but they just are not that good. They're good. Dak Prescott's playing great, but they're very suspect in spots. This game reminded me a lot of that game against Tampa Bay. Should have won against Tampa Bay and should have blown New England out. Somewhere down the line, that's going to catch up to them. But they keep playing crappy teams. They'll win more than they lose, but they're making games a lot closer. That game should not have been that close. Elsewhere, Minnesota beat Carolina. What has happened to Carolina? And Minnesota, Kirk Cousins is starting to come on. Finding a groove. Finding a groove. That's what's up. Basically, they're finding a groove. Las Vegas beat over Denver. First post-Gruden game. The Raiders look pretty good. They look pretty good. They look poised, But I can't get excited because Teddy Bridgewater. I like Teddy Bridgewater, but let's be real. Teddy Bridgewater right now is like Teddy Riley. You can't remember the last time he jammed. Denver ain't hitting on nothing, and they're just not that good. And they had a little out of body, but reality came in just like Carolina. The LA Rams beat the New York Giants, and that's not a surprise. The Giants are helpless. They suck. They're pitiful, and that's an easy win right now. Easy win. Just like Indiana over Houston. Some of these teams, why do they even bother playing? Because they just stealing money, and they stink. And the season's over before it starts. And they teams are the usual suspects. The usual suspects. Because Cincinnati beat Detroit. If Detroit wins 5 games this year, they should have a parade downtown. Yeah, really. I said 5. Right now, can they get 2 to 3? That's a stretch. I don't know who they could beat. I really don't. Joe Burrows is steady. Cincinnati could be a little bit better. Kansas City over Washington. Mahomes and them woke up in the second half, but Washington's defense is so horrible this year that you're going to wake up. They just not playing that good. Arizona over Cleveland. Now, this was the stink shocker. Kyle Murray went in there, and they played an ugly game and beat Cleveland. I don't think Baker is that good. I think he's holding them back. They got a nice, powerful running game receiver, but there's something missing with Cleveland. They should be a better team than what they are. Jacksonville beat Miami over in England, and they could keep them both over there. Keep them across the pond. They both suck. They both on vacation because they both ain't playing no NFL football. First win for Urban Myers and Trevor Lawrence, but it's bad. It's brutal for both. Brutal for both. Elsewhere, Pittsburgh over Seattle. Make you think about Barbra Streisand and Memories because both these teams had better days and they're long past their days. Obviously, without Russell Wilson, Geno Smith, that's funny in itself that he's actually under center because they need a quarterback that can start and can win. They were lifeless in the first half. Ben Roethlisberger's getting old. That fumble was embarrassing, but somebody had to win the game. Mike Tomlin is a better coach than Pete Carroll, but neither one of these teams are that memorable. Elsewhere, Baltimore spanked the LA Chargers. I will say this in the AFC, because until Kansas City shows me something, and I still got faith in my Buffalo Bills just one game. But Baltimore, the way Lamar Jackson has played this year, that's the team you really don't want to deal with. They finding ways to win. And this wasn't even close. Jason Herbert never had a chance. They beat him up. They knocked the handles off him. Took him out early. And it was over before it started. Baltimore is doing what they're supposed to do. So they're looking pretty good. Well, let me know how your team did. Please hit the like, hit the comments below, and hit the subscribe. I welcome thoughts and comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for nothing. That was week 6. And it was very interesting, to say the least. I'm out.